reduce stress, right?
No, it's like stimulus sensitivity. No, no, you just never had to grow up. Your stimuli
Hi, Mai.
sensitivity.
Uni anak ko mag-unmute, may kasaba
No,
ng isa diri, Mai. Hapit na.
okay.
Tessa.
Peter Dinklage did not grow. And you're gonna have a run-in with real malice,
Nanay scratch ang
real
akong kuan
problems.
lenses.
Somebody from the bar side is gonna walk in that's a raging dumpster fire,
Dire siya
of which
mag-ingkod
you
daw,
have
dire.
never conceived of because you lived in your little bubble. I told them, I mean, by default, you're in university. You live in a bubble. The fact that you had the grades to get here
I-share sa
and the
group chat
discipline to
nato,
get here
May.
from high school, the fact that
Para
you had
mananaw
the
pud sila,
source of
May.
money wherever it may be from, you're in
Palib,
a
May.
very cushy, comfortable, protected bubble. And when you're gonna run into that, you're gonna get
Ito, adi
scared.
sila sa taas, May. Oh.
You're gonna have no idea what to do with yourself, and you're gonna quit because, well, the majority of therapists have their own therapists because they get
Most people are in therapy needed. Most people can feel the therapy.
Bibilablab.
well.
Bibilablab. Look at me.
Not really.
Mamay said, what happened to your hair?
They're trying to cure something that
Well, it's not so much that you say like all the shrinks are out there trying to fix themselves.
Oh, nakita na
Like
po.
the way of
Salamat.
women
Shout out
fix each other's
everyone.
feelings and soothe children's feelings. You have to go fix reality. You have to fix how you interact
Oh,
with
nanamay,
reality in order to
nanamay,
fix the
nanamay.
emotional response.
dead people.
And then they get emotionally involved with their clients.
Not it's Jenny.
Who?
Shout out everyone. Where is your drink? Did you bring it? No, you don't.
And no, that's not obvious.
I think they put trombone.
I think the trombones are back there.
Yeah, I just played the trombone.
Camus, run over there and point us out to your brother.
Psst.
Okay, never mind.
Shout out everyone. Pag sinabi nilang 8:30, 8:30 talaga. Or 6:30, 6:30 talaga. Shout out 8 million viewers in us, guys.
All your shrinks, they just shrink like something like a piece of cheese.
Okay, I'm just telling you, it's back.
It's not that they don't need it and that they're screwed up. They don't,
A lot of them are trying to fix what's broken in their life.
yes, they're fixers. And most of them have never come in contact with reality well enough to understand what was broken.
Oo, mapa. Ah.
Feelings, generally. I'd have to show you. If I had shown you the multiple definitions that I have read, like on the weak class, on what emotions are, it would make sense. Why they're not functional. Because they have all I was explaining to the council, they have, because they maybe not with their mouths, but in their behaviors, psychology as a field rejects biology as stuff. So in rejecting biology, they can never find a functional definition of what emotions are. And not only do they basically reject any of the premises of biology, then you have someone going, well, it's emotion, then well, it's behaviors and emotions. If you run from the bear, then you feel scared, or you feel scared to run from the bear. I don't know if you ever ran up to a bear. These are rather instant processes. And so you have this convoluted concept around everything. What is an emotion? What is a thought? What is a behavior? How many emotions are there? Are there basic emotions, complex emotions?
Is there a bundle? Medea is there.
Oh no. You know, like kind of the argument is gratitude an emotion or is it behavior? I think gratitude is behavior. I think relief is the complex emotion. I'm like, well, you know, that wall's about to fall on me and mom pulled me out of the way. It's complex. There are multiple different things going on.
But I don't regret anything. Wow.
All the way up here.
Mom pulled me out of the way.
Right.
And after the fact, mom had to pull me out of the way.
So even if you consider that to be gratitude, then gratitude is also a complex emotion being sensation. And it's a way of being, right? So it's both a behavior and emotion.
The way it is.
It's a behavior and complex emotion. You don't even get into these conversations that we just had. Yeah, it's too complex. why they can't walk the dog backwards on the field. Okay, well, this is not cute. Okay, well, I need you to articulate it for me. And then I'm going to say back to you. Okay, this is what I hear you saying. This is how I understand it. It doesn't work.
1, 2.
Okay, we're going to work on some cooperation.
1, 2.
Okay, well, you said love. This is how I define it. What do you mean? Oh, okay, let's break that down. So you don't actually mean love, what you meant to say. Alright? They can't, because a lot of psychology is the complexity of the linguistic thing of walking the dog backwards.
Yeah, is this the third mix right here?
On. It's not an understanding what's going on. I need to get you.
Say it out loud.
I need to get you to articulate.
No.
I was about to say, we came here from.
That's them getting in tune.
That's intro.
It's like doing push-ups before lifting weights. Just getting ready. I only know that because I can't play anything musical. What? You mean weights? I can play the radio. Does that count?
You can play the radio?
Mm-hmm.
You're very talented.
You can play your phone.
I can play with bass.
Hmm?
One, two. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Well, let's try this again. Everybody didn't say it back. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
All right. Are y'all ready to have a good time tonight, y'all?
Hello.
Okay, so
Hello, Tom Potter and
on
Gabriel.
stage, up here in front of you, is the beginning band of Eisenhower Middle School, Viking Band. These are my beginning students. Most of them are sixth graders. We have some seventh graders also. That is their first time playing an instrument here at the middle school. Now, before we start our concert, I like to always explain to my parents and to the family and to the friends that a few short months ago, they had to pick the instrument they wanted to play. I had a lot of them that wanted to be percussion, drum. They said drums. I said, well, it's more than just drums. There's a lot of stuff back there. And then I had to give those guys and young ladies rhythm tests to see if they could clap their hands and stomp their feet and have a rhythm. The ones who passed are the ones who standing back there before you. And then the ones who did not pass, they still wanted to stay in band, so they picked the other instrument. They always had a second and third choice. Okay? So we went through that process for about a week or so before we could start really getting the instruments in their hands. And then, as you can imagine, and parents, I know, you heard it at the house. It didn't sound too good at first. It was a little shaky. But that's all expected. Okay? And then, next thing you know, okay, he and she can play a note there now. Oh, 2 notes. Oh, my goodness, 5 notes. Okay, now they're playing like quarter notes and half notes. So now we are at the point where they have worked so hard to put together 4 songs for this holiday concert. So even before they start, give them a round of applause. All right. Now, if you look, if you got the program, if you look on the back, if you see a star by their name, that means they were the section leader in charge of that section. If you see 2 stars by their name, they not only were they in charge of the section, but I could have them work for the group. Like if they played the brass instrument, they could be in charge of their instrument in the whole brass section or something like that. So, program, if you didn't get a program, you're on both sides in the back of the room unless we ran out. And that you can see that. And I always ask my students to keep, especially the first concert, keep that program because you're going to always remember that. Also, this concert is being recorded. I also know we have a lot of family members with cameras and videos and everything like that. So this is one thing that they will always remember. And I told them, some of them are nervous right now. If they make a mistake, I always say, forget about it and let's keep moving. Okay? So are you guys ready to hear us? All right, we're going to get started.
Good job.
I can't whistle.
You don't need to. That's not appropriate for this setting.
Why?
Because tis your...
All right, thank you. Not too bad, right? It's all right. All right, so that first song was entitled A Winter Morning. The person that wrote this song, he said that he had it composed this year, 2025, and he had an honor band in New York play it. The composer was from Arkansas, and he decided that he would write it, and he thought that was a perfect interest for winter, for holidays, for concerts, and I also agree with that. All right, the next song we have you still in your program is entitled Christmas Fun. You will recognize, they play it properly, you will recognize a lot of different Christmas songs, okay? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Feel free to sing along if you know the song, okay? All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. We had a lot of fun with that one. All right, so now this next song, I will tell you, we had to work on this one, all right? I'm just going to tell you. This one is called Hard Rock Jingle, okay? So it's an arrangement version of Jingle Bells, and the students had to learn how to do a different type of style. And I always like challenging my beginning students. I like challenging all my students, but and they challenged me also, trust me. But there was a point where I said, I don't know if we should do this for the concert or not. And then when we had our combined rehearsal, they proved me wrong. They were ready to play it. Okay? So, we are going to do good on this one, right? Y'all heard them, right? All right, here we go. Hard Rock Jingle.
Na may panot.
All right. We made it through it. Yeah, it was all right. All right, hard rock jingle. So that was kind of like a rock style with the drum set and everything. And they did really good. I'm really proud of them. Okay, so we have one more song for you. And sometimes when you hear 10 Christmas carols in 2 minutes, some people start to stopwatch to see if it's that they really do all 10 songs in 2 minutes. So you don't have to do that though, okay? But this song here, once again, has a lot of Christmas holiday music in it. 10 of them. So you might be able to recognize some of them, you might not be able to recognize them, but it's 10 of them. But I need to say a few things before we do our last song. First of all, I want all my band section leaders to stand up. Stand up if you're a section leader. Okay, wave at them, everybody. Percussion section leaders, you wave because you already stand. There's 2 of them. Wave. Okay, y'all have a seat. Now, the reason why I had them stand is because some of them get challenged. Now, I'm going to use my low brass section for example. These low brass students are awesome. In my 3rd hour class. They came in there, and then we had a young lady who came in, 2 months later, right? And she had to catch up with these guys. And she did a wonderful job. She's doing very well. But they are awesome. Right now, I could probably get them in the intermediate band in about a month from now, but I'm not gonna let them do that. They're gonna stay right here. But they are really hard workers. And I would say my trumpet section is extremely strong. Everybody is good. My clarinet section, all my section leaders are really good. My flutes, percussion. I don't want to leave anybody out. But this year was the first year I've always had 2 beginning band classes. This year I had 3. We had 3 beginning band classes. 45 students for beginners. And I always tell them, after this concert, after the beginners play, I ask them to stay. Families, I ask you to stay to hear the combined band because the intermediate band and the honor band was here where they are right now. And I want them to hear where they're going to be next year.
Okay.
And I want them to stay to hear the rest of the concert. But I just wanted to let you know that that's how proud I am of these students tonight. So thank you.
Johnny, 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 Johnny. Johnny, who? Johnny, 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 Johnny.
Moro na iya hamay, kaon may. Moro na iya. Dako lang ang kaon
Are we recording this?
in YouTube. La 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 la. for watching.
Once again, this is the beginning band.
Thank you,
Middle School
Mike.
Viking beginning band. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this.